I'll tell you. You want to do it again?
Okay, I remember getting dunked on, and like I was playing basketball in 7th grade. Remember them college students were playing against? It was like legit. We're in 7th grade, and they're like dunked over us, and yeah, it was trash.
That was funny.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, that was funny. Yeah. And it was different. Guys were bigger. They were faster than us.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them was they had announced that we were having football. I went to the tryouts. I didn't know it was flag. That was very weird for me.
I remember getting in 8th grade. They wanted me to play varsity soccer, and I came up, and all the guys were a lot bigger than me, and I just kept getting like knocked over. It wasn't a fun time.
I think the first one I ever joined was dance or whatever it was called. And we would like practice in the hallways, and it was so weird.
They had two. What was it? The blue and the white team, and I was on the one, the one that couldn't play that good. The blue team. And so, shut up.
No,
okay,
it was
but
middle school. This is middle school. We had blue and white.
Yeah, boy.
And the white team was the one that was like kind of seeded to win, and the blue team was like the practice team.
Somebody else. And I couldn't serve for nothing. I couldn't even get my underhand serve.
I still can't serve.
My first year was playing in 8th grade, and I've actually never played soccer in an actual team, but 8th grade I tried it because Coach Torres pushed me to play. And so when I played, I was so nervous when I went to tryouts because I heard that there was a mean coach, Coach Zavala, and I was so nervous. But I actually got in because Coach Torres believed in me that I could be a good player. And ever since then, I've been playing in the varsity team.
9th grade year, it was, I don't know, it didn't even seem like it was a team. It was just like something like the Sandlot where we would just meet up and we just practice, see how it would go. And I remember I was like, oh, they're finally gonna have a baseball team, but it's like no funds went to it. You know, you had to bring your own stuff. We didn't even have our catcher's gear at that time. But that was how it was in 9th and 10th grade. And then finally last year was the first year we actually had a baseball team. So, you know, it was just really weird. I mean, but it was, you know, fun to just go out there and play with other seniors while they were still here. I think Michael Trevino. Yeah, like I don't know. On the field, he was just a different person. I don't know, like because before it was all just a bunch of like when we got into sports, it was just like you want to be mean to the other team, right? But Michael was the first person that like actually brought us in and told us like we don't have to be mean as long as we like win. And I don't know, he was the first one to like calm us all down and get us like actually play good.
Mike was like the soft guy in the locker room, but on the court like he was a dog, and it was weird. I was like, what the? Where'd that come from? But it was cool, man. I learned a lot from Mike. I learned how to be a better leader from Mike.
I learned a lot from like Vicky and Andrea, because Vicky was the captain when we were sophomores, and then Andrea was our captain last year, and I think that they were like a really good like calming force on our team, and so that's kind of like what I tried to be on the team. Like as a captain was like, you know, like the calming, like centering force.
I think Natalie Cruz. I remember last year I was heated up and I was like going off with this girl, and she was the one that like controlled me and told me not to, you know, let my anger out. And I don't know, like her advice, her being a senior, like I don't know, helped me a lot.
Carlos, like I looked up to him the first year of baseball because you know I was still a little bit nervous, and you know it was my junior year. But Carlos, like he was a senior and he just held his composure. He was catcher, and like that's probably one of the most important positions. Like if you don't have a catcher, you don't have a baseball team. I don't know, it's just composure to just stay focused, and he was, I don't know, I saw him as a leader on the team. I looked up to him.
For me, it was Andrea. I just really liked like her personality, and like not on the court, but on the court she taught me a lot of things, and at the court like she was so like aggressive, and like she would never give up. Like her hair was like almost falling off with her little hair tight, but like she was still running. Like it was always like, but I just really like learned a lot from her. Just watching her like playing, I was always like, oh, I really want to be like her.
She has a lot of perseverance, and like you notice that she never gave up, even when she got really upset or at anyone. She always gave it her best and was someone that everyone else could depend on.
I can second that for volleyball. She was like that a lot in volleyball too.
That's one for soccer.
Yeah, soccer.
Okay, it was one time before a game, bro, we had the most emotional time. It, like everybody just started crying out of nowhere. It was like so many people crying, went to the restroom and all of that. Right? Yes, and then we came back and won. I don't know, like everybody was crying before the game, but we had a good game afterwards.
mine was our senior night. When we walked out, like they gave us like those like balloons and the volleyball and the flowers and stuff, and like I kind of wanted to start crying.
Oh, I did.
And then that actual game was so emotional. We went to 5 and it was so hard. And the very last game, it was like, you know, like we just gave it our all. And then after it, we like went out into the hallway and we were all like on the ground because we were so tired and we were all like sweating and like crying. And it was like a really emotional time.
We had moments like that too in basketball. Like the first game that we lost really badly to, and everyone was just crying and so disappointed. And I think everyone that day felt like they weren't good enough. But we've always had like a support system, and then Kubo brought us into like the room, and we all sat in a circle with the box of tissues and just cried.
I'll probably say the goal that I scored against Peak tied up and like give us a chance at least for district. Yeah, I started crying actually on Sergio's. Sergio came in with a hug, and we had to get a banner because like, it's our senior year and make something happen.
I would say this year's homecoming game, well, like that game, I totally blacked out. Like I forgot what I was doing, and I just went off. And one thing that I really like was like, yeah, like this gonna be the year. When when Torrey, he was like, bro, just score, bro. I'm gonna give you the ball and just score. I don't care what you do, just score. And I was like, yeah, this gonna be the year. Like, we gonna do something this year, dog. Like, for real.
That's the question. Your dad didn't fall from the basketball court? I don't think so, sir.
For me, it was definitely the runs I batted in. That felt good because the first year that we played was the first time we actually went against different teams. And I had got like a hit like every third game. And this year, I got a hit every game. And the funniest thing for me to get was the triples because they were so close to the home runs, but they weren't the home runs. And like the people before me were Kevin and Nathan, the both 7th graders. And they were I know Kevin didn't steal just because that's Kevin. But seeing both of them just run around the bases was the funnest thing ever.
For me, it was pitching that last game. For me, I don't know. It's just, I always wanted to be in the major leagues, you know, that was always my goal. I mean, it still is my goal, and it's just like, that was the closest I've ever gotten to actually like wanting that dream. And then when I finally pitched that last, pitch and I struck him out, it's like, man, like, you can do anything in life. Like, why limit yourself to just go out there and do it. And I don't know, it's just like, that's like my lineage here. I just want to let that go because I'm not good in school, but like, that's the only thing I left here. I don't know.
I can hit a ball.
So yeah, it had to be playoffs. It was
such a close game.
I just it's just one of those things where you just feel like hopeless, but like you're just being there is like, I don't know what I'm saying, but I just like really like I will remember that time forever because I remember like seeing the clock just like going down, and then I was like, oh my god, it's 10, and then like 10 seconds, 9, 8, and then I just wanted like, and at that moment I just wanted to cry. So this is the last time I'm ever gonna play, and
I think we've all had one of those moments.
Yeah. It's a horrible, like, it just, I don't know. I was just like I'm always gonna play for, like, I'm gonna play like in years, like in college, I'm gonna play with my friends, but it's never gonna be the same pride that I felt for Luna.
On 9th grade, when we first tried out, I remember it was raining and it was slippery, like the dirt, and I remember Zaida just fell. Her legs were wide open, she wasn't wearing the right shorts.
The most important thing is like to have that bond with your teammates, because I noticed that if you don't have that bond with your teammates, then like it's over. Like, you're not going to communicate, you're not on the right page, and it's like I never really got that feeling until I was like in center field and pitching. And then I'm pretty sure Cruz was the same way, because second baseman or shortstop is like basis for infield. But it's like if you're not cool with people around you, then it's just not gonna work. And I remember like being cool with Chris and Christian, and they were like my outfielders, and the Don too, and it felt different. And it felt like when Brandon was out there, it's like, yo, I don't trust that guy. Like, he's over here looking at me like, I couldn't trust him. Like, it was just hard. I'm being honest. Yeah, just had that.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. Like, you needed a bond, because after that one loss, when I told you we like all got in a circle and everything, that next game we completely beat the team. Like we beat them so badly, and so I'm sure soccer girls can like agree with us because I know you guys had a moment like that this year.
I think that like trust, especially with like all the sports that we play, like these are all like team sports. Like you can't win alone at all, ever. And so like I think like especially in volleyball, like for me at least, like whenever we stopped trusting each other and whenever we all started trying to be like heroes or started to like play alone, it ended up like, you know, we would be losing, and we would all have to like come back together and like remember that we are a team and that like we have each other's backs regardless of like what happens, and that no one's gonna win alone and no one's gonna lose alone. And I think that that's like really important to a successful team, is like you just have to trust each other and you have to remember that you are a team and you're all there for a reason.
I think,
I was gonna say, besides like the bond, because the bond is a really big thing, but also like a common goal that like, because like when we started the season for baseball, like we came out there and we all like hyped each other up, like this year we're gonna do something. Like our one goal was just like to get further, like that was our goal. But for soccer, at the beginning of the season, we told them like we want a banner on the wall, like that was our goal. And we got there. I think that was our goal too, as a banner.
I think another thing about the bond is with it's just how comfortable we are with each other as players. Like I remember the last game, Chris had asked me just the steps to batting, and that was the bat that he got his first hit and got everybody home. But things like that, like Nathan turned from no hit Nathan to one hit Nathan.
One hit Nathan.
It was beautiful. But just being able to ask each other questions was, I think, something that really helped us a lot, because nobody was really afraid to ask how or what to do. Everybody wanted to learn off from each other.
JV and varsity are very different because JV girls honestly do not care. It's really hard to be in a team where you care so much and then you have people who are just like, well, if we lose every game, it doesn't mean anything to me. This is just going to go on my resume. And but varsity was like, we had a goal. And then, yeah, me and you cared when we were on JV.
We cared.
We cared.
Don't.
They don't.
We can't win the game with two people. But it didn't work out.
It didn't work out. We went to varsity, and I felt really close to like a lot of the girls at varsity because they just had so much passion, and I can understand.
For me, it was for JV. I cared so much that I was so disappointed in myself. Like it was a lot of disappointment because I was like, okay, this game we're gonna win. No. And then I was in JV the first year, and then we lost all the games. And then I was like, okay, I got this. Next year, we're gonna win at least 2 games. My first game, we lost, and I started crying. Like I was like, oh my god, it's not gonna happen again. And then we started winning some games, and it felt really good. Like I knew that whenever I won, I felt like it was something in me that I was like, oh, my team did it. And then and whenever I came to varsity, and since I just was like out of nowhere, like me and Swim were just out of nowhere, just became part of the team. It was different because at first I never thought I was gonna be captain. I was like, what? Like, how did I do that? So I was like, because I just didn't think that. I don't know.
People look up to you. They voted for you.
I know, but still, I don't. Okay, anyways, you were just
She's like, because you're like doubting yourself.
Okay, and then it was a different thing was dedication, because without dedication, I feel like we would have never won. We would have never got our goals. And JV, a lot of the girls are just like, okay, I'm just gonna play for fun. I just want to, like, you know, guys to go see me play JV or like sport. And then in varsity, it's like, okay, I need to like be the best in the school and the best.
All my teams in the last 6 years had dedication, because to be at 6 a.m. practices in the morning and run suicides and 17s, yeah. Oh my God, you had to be dedicated, and it was like, woo!
Nah, your team ain't dedicated. Our team is dedicated. We started practices before the season. Go to sleep real quick.
I remember the whole year.
I'll give you that one.
Ours is dedicated.
Ours is dedicated. We
practice
during the summer.
Now? Yeah.
We practice for like 4 times a week, sometimes 3 to 4 times a week.
And also we would like
go to boys practice.
And we will look at ourselves. We will make like videos first, and we will look at ourselves fall.
mess up, best rebounds.
We have a whole intervention dedicated to our
Yes,
team.
and y'all.
I'll say our team wasn't dedicated.
It wasn't. No,
It wasn't.
Like,
It's like,
okay.
some people are trying, and there's just others that are not, and it's just like it ticks me off.
Yeah.
It's like we're all trying to like get something. We're trying to accomplish something. Since like 8th grade year, we've been. I remember Kobe all the damn time was trying to get a damn banner on the wall. There's just some people that wouldn't even support him. They would just trash talk him. Like I'll trash talk him sometimes, but you know I'll get over it. But still, man, I feel bad because I don't even want to talk about it no more.
I feel bad. Everybody in this room got banners but me.
Like for me, being like I don't know, being the captain was kind of hard because I was in baseball and soccer, and the baseball team kind of like I don't know, the practices collided with soccer, and even like during some practices, like soccer would come in and then we'd be getting mad at them, and then I was kind of stuck in the middle, like who do I get mad at? I don't know. But like since we were in baseball season and I needed more help in baseball than I did in soccer, I chose to go to baseball instead of soccer, and they understood that. And then when it came back, finally, like when I got to practices and stuff, everyone was like a little like slow in practices, like they didn't want to do anything. And I just kind of like I don't know, had to hype them up and tell them like we're almost there. Like we only have one loss. Let's get this done. Like, but the dedication thing kind of started when we got on the field.
Yeah.
Every time we got on the field, like they switched up and everyone knew what they were supposed to do.
The team had no dedication because half of the girls won't even show up to practice. So it was just basically like less than 10 of girls in practice. And when we went to the game as well, we had no subs. We went into our second game with 7 girls on the field versus 11, and we lost that game 9-0.
I remember we played that team last year. We will win them 10-0. So it was like, yeah.
I was actually looking forward for this soccer season compared to last year. I thought it would be better, but no.
I guess because we were used to like the fact that the other seniors were there for us like for the past 4 years.
No, the seniors can count on us. They counted on us, and we couldn't count on the girls this year as much. I don't blame him. I actually thank him for actually stepping up to a sport that he never played before or coached before. And I say it all depended on us, on the girls too. But I feel like a lot of girls were too confident with the coach that they could do whatever they wanted. But the coach was too nice. And I would try to step in, but they wouldn't listen to me because the coach would give me freedom. And in a way, that didn't create a good bond with each other. And so when we were in the field, we would get upset with one another and start yelling. I know I would yell a lot. And I don't know, I didn't feel it this year. But the girls are great. As people, they're great, but...
I think what really laid the foundation for the season was when we did have that first conversation. Everybody on the entire baseball team wasn't passing, except for one. But yeah, none of us were passing, and that just holding each other accountable is really what set the whole feel for the whole season, because knowing that we each got each other's backs and that we're all we're all trying for the same goal and that we're all just want to play baseball. I think that really that's what brought out the leader in us all.
I regret not doing track, first of all, because like I think I kind of gave up on that because I was like so close to just beating at least like my own record, personal record, running a mile, which is like what, 5 minutes, right? I was trying to go for at least like a good 4 minutes and 30 seconds, so it didn't work out. It's like I just kind of gave up on it, and I just didn't do the sport.
One thing I regret was my last game. My shoulder was I almost torn off the bone, and I remember a play where this dude he threw me on the ground, and like I just zoned out, and I gave up, and that was like the first time I ever gave up doing something ever, and we ended up losing that game, and I felt like I let my team down, I let my school down, and I let my family down, and that was the first time I really I was depressed for like 3 days.
I think she can relate, but we tried out for I can't even say it. But we tried out for cross country so that we can get our condition back, and we ended up quitting that because, you know, I was lazy and I quit on that. And so when we started soccer, that was so, I guess, how can I say it? Yeah, right, we started playing, and I noticed that my condition was way off.
I regret not enjoying it. Like, I don't regret anything about the season. I think that we did our best, and like where we got is where we were always like I think we did everything that we could. But I think for me personally, I regret not enjoying it more because like volleyball's at the beginning, so it didn't feel real that this was my last year. And now, like, looking back, it's like it's over for me, like, at least in high school. And I regret not like reveling in that more. Like, I regret not like enjoying that and taking my time with it. I regret like just kind of pushing through and like not feeling it.
I regret being too nervous during games because like practices I would do fine and I would be like really great in practice, and then I'd get in a game and I'd gotta kind of get caught up in my head, and I hated that because I feel like I could have been so much more useful on the court if I just stopped focusing on myself and started focusing on the team. And so like I regret that. I wish I just done better.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. We were live streaming one of her games, and she had went in, and I'm in the stands with the pod that Dan has right now, and I'm holding it, right? She gets the ball, pivots, and chunks the ball straight at me. I'm in the stands, like in the third row, and I just have the camera, and I just look at it come at me.
It's just got to show up.
For me, I regret not taking like the reins of being like one of the leaders, especially since I'm the oldest one. Like the first couple of games, I was like, oh, you know, it's Lineco's team. He's gonna be the one to coach it. He's gonna be the one to like do all of it. But it's just like, no, like he can't do it all. He can't be there all the time. And it's like when we're out there in the field, he doesn't see what what some of us see. And so I kind of regret not being the leader that I should have. And towards the end of the season is when I started talking to everybody and started to get to know them. And it's like, well, they actually did look up to me and like trying to help like in the outfield or in certain positions. So that's pretty much what I regret.
I was gonna say the same thing about like during the baseball season. When we were out in the outfield, you could see a lot from the outfield more than like the infield could see about themselves. And I regret just not like owning up to that and like walking into the infield and letting them know what they need to do. But like because instead I was just back there like, damn, like they need to like fix what they're doing. They need to do this, they need to do that. But like I mean, in hindsight, if I just went over there and told them what was going on, I probably would have done a lot better.
I regret not playing all the other sports I used to play. I used to just like being part of sports, even if I didn't get to play. I like being part of it, like putting on the jersey and stuff. And I regret playing. I regret not running track. I truly missed it. Even if I don't know how to run fast, it's okay. I still want to be part of it. The reason why I didn't do all the sports is because I always wanted to be in varsity basketball. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to focus on varsity because I finally got there. So I'm kind of happy that I didn't do those stuff because it made me really enjoy my basketball team.
One thing I regret is not pressuring or being consistent with the girls. For like if I wanted to win badly, I should have pressured more of the girls. I think I could have done more since I was the captain, but I regret not doing that.
Our senior night, and I seen that crowd, and I seen how big it was, and my eyes were like this wide, and I'm like, oh God, this it?
How wide?
Like that?
How wide?
This wide.
Let's do it.
Do it.
And when Miss Marcia gave me that little cactus thing, yeah, she got a cactus.
Yeah, we all have flowers.
And she gave me a cactus, and I was like, bruh. I cried on the inside, but I was like, yeah, we ready for this game tonight. And it was a big crowd. And I was like, oh, look.
It was the same thing with the senior night, but not like when I got the flowers or anything like that. It was like when we started losing on that game. Like, and it was like I don't want to end the season off like losing, because like this is it for me. I don't want to lose, and this is like my night. This is like the senior night. This is like where we're supposed to shine, and we weren't, and I was mad, and it just kind of hit me then that like I have to make everything that I do here count, because like this is my last time to make an impact on my team.
A few weeks after we had lost the first round of playoffs, and so I still had the volleyball that the girls had given me. I still hadn't read it yet, so I finally just read everything that they wrote on the ball, and I like cried. I was like, oh my God, bro, like it's really over. And when we wasn't practicing no more.
If anybody knows me, like on the baseball field, I'm different from when I'm like in the classroom. Usually, I'm either really loud or I'm not, and it's like either it's on or off. But on the baseball field, I'm always on and I'm always yelling. And one of the things was I want to say they're taunts. Whenever I would get a hit, I do a bow and I shoot it. And I think it hit me when I saw Nathan flex on second base, like him getting a hit. This is 7th grade Nathan, him getting a hit, going to second base and just flexing. That's when it hit me, because it's like, that was when I like literally saw someone doing something that I'm doing, and it like changed me, because now he's confident in being able to hit the ball, and he's not, because if you look at the tapes, you can see like he's nervous, and like everybody on the team's nervous, but like as the year went by, everybody just got confident in what they were able to do, and that's when it hit me.
I came in knowing like this is my last year. I have to do something for like everyone, and the whole time I was there, every single game, I was like sad. I was just like, this is our last time being able to support each other as a team. This is our last time making memories, and so that's all I want to do. I was like, we're here to make memories, and that's it.
Okay, well the first one was senior night. I wanted to cry so bad, and like the second time was, well, like I said, playoffs. It was horrible.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that was bad.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to talk to anyone. It was like, I was like so heartbroken. Like I didn't want to leave the place. I didn't want to like not be on the court. I don't know. And then the third time was that same day. Okay, so we were in the van. I was crying and crying. I just couldn't stop crying. And then I get home, and I didn't want to tell my mom that we lost, because I was gonna cry. And then it was, and I didn't want to take off my uniform. It was horrible. And okay, so I had this little journal, and I always wrote every single game, and I wrote down everything about the girls, and I wrote down whenever it was my last game, and then I just, so that journal has everything. Like it has ever since I started varsity, and it had every single game that I played, and maybe I'll bring it one day if I don't want to. And then I finished it, and like I just said like, this is my last game, and like, I closed it. And whenever I closed it, I cry and I cry, because I don't want to go to college.
I'll say a Don out of all the people. I'll say a Don, because like, one, entering 7th grade, I had no idea how to play. I had no idea. So I just like learned based off of him.
I will say Kareem will be the one that helped me a lot to become the person that I am today. Because like 8th grade, we started playing soccer together, and that was the time where like me and her started getting along. Since me and her didn't have that good relationship, we hated each other. And since then, like soccer, oh shoot, soccer. I'm getting nervous now. I usually don't talk about my feelings in front of her, because I don't know. She'll make fun of me. But other than that, like she's the one that tells me my wrongs and my rights, and like, having my cousin there for the past 6 years, and then now that we're like seniors and we're about to leave and we're gonna have our separate lives, like I don't talk.
Okay, they don't mean.
Who knows? But other than that, like thank you, like thank you.
My sister, first of all, like I got to play with her. Yeah, I got to play with her this year, and I got to see like she like we were driving home once, and she was like Preston, one day I want to be like you, and like it was like, and it was just kind of like everything that I've ever done, I've always wanted to like motivate my sisters to do, and I want them to be better than me, and I think that Blakely will be better than me when she's like my age. I think that she'll, like she'll be a star, and I just always like did everything for her, and this year I kind of got to see like where she is and where she will be, and it was great.
I would say for me, it would probably be Tori, because that's like my little brother, and like in the summertime we always work out together. Like that's what we're doing no matter what, and I've seen him grow. And to become from where he started when he first playing basketball to now, it's like I feel old. I feel like an old man now. Cause he was real young when we first started. When we first started working out with me, he was young. He was real young.
Most of the time, it was 2 of the juniors, and it was Nat and Paulina, because those 2 little kids, we've been playing together since. Well, this was Natalie's first year playing with us, and I was like ready to like get to play with her, because she's my midget, that's my baby. And so it was like like, I know most of the time she didn't get to play, and sometimes like she'd get mad, but like we was always there for each other to like push each other to like keep going even though you don't get to play. And it's like since we started this spring league, like just to see, I guess, seeing her smile and happy that she get to play and like be part of the team, and like she make a difference, because you know it's about to be her senior year, but it always made me to like push myself. And with Paulina, that little crazy girl, she's like a hard player, like she aggressive, and like once she's mad, and it pushes the whole team to like keep going. Like she fight for what she wanted, and so like whenever she wanted to win, like she'll push us, like start yelling at us. And one time I remember she yelled at us, she was like, you know what, I don't even care no more, it's up to you guys, and she just like went off. And I think it was like our last game, and she was like, so do any of y'all have something to say? Do any of y'all have something to say? And nobody said nothing. She was like, you know what, whatever, and she like walked off. And I was just like, okay. And like we just picked each other up and like just kept going, like, and yeah.
Same. Paulina did the same to us.
But I think Google motivated me too. Google really motivated me. He always reminded us that it was ours for the taking. We just had to want it bad enough. And Nat also motivated me, because she's really hardworking for like someone so small. There's so much dedication and passion, and she practices so much. Even now, she was one of the main ones always going with the boys to go practice.
Yeah, for me it was cool, because I don't know, all your letters that you would give me before like our games, like whenever I first became the captain, I read your letter, and I just always read it, and I almost kind of memorized some parts of it.
She had it hang up on her wall.
On my wall.
It was on her wall.
and then I added the second one, the last one you would ever give me. So like whenever I would be like playing, I would mess up. I was looking at you, and either you were laughing or just looking at me like, what is she doing? Why? And that would be like my motivation to keep on going. And then it would have to be Paulina as well. So she was like we were two different people. Like we were both captains, but she was the aggressive one, and I was just like there. And I was more of like just there to like help you, and then she was there to like make you better. And like when she yelled at us, I remember I was like, oh God, I would never do that to them. But if she would have never done it, we would have never kept on going, and it would have been motivated.
I was gonna say Kobe, like, even though like I don't know, a lot of stuff's gone down with that, and like I don't know, like he tried so hard at the beginning of the season, seeing him trying to like put a team together and nobody like trying to help him. I guess that really like pissed me off. I guess just because he would set up games for us before the season even started for us to get ready, and people would go there and they just play around, and it would just make me angry that people would just be playing around there. And I don't know, like him just giving us that drive like made me just want to like take over that spot this year and actually like do something. And like I texted him like a few days ago, and I told him like we put a banner up finally, so like we did it. And he texted me back, like that's what's up.
I'll say most likely this is gonna go to Contreras most likely, because because he's gonna end up being the captain, and it's just he really needs to take over and go to a man voice too, honestly. But get on the team, honestly. But just make sure he knows what he's doing. That's it.
Yeah, this whole season I've been trying to like shape him up, because he said he's been like co-captain this season, and I wanted him to just like be in that spot next year.
Tori and Marquise, man, y'all gotta be dogs, man. Every night, y'all gotta bring your A game every night, man. Because it's gonna be tough, but you gotta be a dog. You gotta be a leader at the same time. You gotta be vocal on and off the court to your team, and you just gotta lead by example, because they gonna follow your lead once you do it. Everything they gonna follow. So get them, put a banner up.
But I wanted to say this to the juniors. I hope Josephine sticks to being goalie. She's great at it. For her first time, I think she'll improve for next year. But for Puente, I want to say that I believe she'll be a great captain, because she separates as a friend and then a girl on the team. And I want Puente to be captain, because she will tell them everything. She will say the truth to them, and I want that for the team, so they can be better next year than this year. She basically
Grow up. You know, there's a lot of y'all really need to grow up but y'all have, I see the potential that y'all have in becoming great baseball players. Like for left field, I see Chris. I see him being the center field. He was the backup. You know, he has that potential to be a really good leader. And also Nathan, you know, I've seen a lot of growth in him. I remember seeing him last year in the hallways, and he'd always be saying something stupid, man. And and I know I'm not the most. I'm not one to talk about it, but next, you know, this year, like I've seen a lot. Like I've seen a lot of growth with him, and I see Nathan and Chris being, you know, those type of guys who are like, all right, let's do this. Let's go out there and get it. And I'm not to say that all the other kids, you know, don't have that type of potential, but you know, definitely because they're coming up.
But like to specifically the juniors, like y'all need to be, you know, like pillars. You'll have to be, you know, people like lead by example, and y'all can't be afraid to tell the younger ones like as it is, like tell them like what it is, because they're going to look up to you and they're going to do what you do, and if you're not doing what's right, then they're not going to do what's right either. And you'll need to like have fun while you're doing it, because it's, you know, this is the end of it for y'all, and you'll need to do everything that y'all want to do and make an impact.
Just stay dedicated. If you really love the game, just give it your best, because it's gonna go by so fast, and you're just gonna end up just leaving to college. And
put a banner up, man. If you're a basketball player, put a banner up.
Put the banner up.
For basketball, just get these like win playoffs and go to state.
Yes,
Like it will make school. It will make school happy.
All right. Let's go back.
Let's go back.
Right there.
What are you gonna say for this?
I want to say something. Okay.
I love all of you guys.
I love you guys. I love you.
Perfect. All right.
What the heck?
I'll bring
Come on, group up.
We always do this.
All right, hey guys, listen up.
Hold on, this is a tradition.
All of you guys are going to go to the RTC room. You're going to check in with Miss Ferruti, and then she's going to allow you to go to lunch. Probably 30 minutes. So if you need to go, just have a lunch.
Thank you, Mr. Cool.
Thank you, Jeffrey, Lonnie, Cooper.
Right now, please.
Jeffrey, to the Jeff. Is it still Smith?
It's not even on right now. Do you want
Yes, it is on. I turned it on.
Oh, it is on right now, yeah.
We're not done yet, bro.
We're not done. We gonna come for regionals.
This isn't over.
Don't touch that.
It's over for you.
All right, to Miss Ferruti's office with you guys.
I learned how to do it now. I won't stop. Hey,
Can't stop, won't stop.
oh, wait. Let me do it again.